Gold Squad TVs. I want to do this video before I crash out for the night. Brad Stevens was on a radio show in Boston this morning discussing the rumors between Jaylen Brown and Ben Simmons trade possibly happening. And it turned out that basically what I kind of already knew, that Brad basically went up to Jaylen and told him he has nothing to worry about. He also pretty much confirmed they did have interest in Simmons, but it wasn't going to be for Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown, the minute Jaylen Brown was even mentioned in the trade, Boston pretty much hung up the phone, which pretty much sounds like every time Jaylen Brown's ever caught up in a trade rumor and it's for a player lesser or even a player might be even just a tad bit better, they hang up the phone. Rightfully so. Jaylen Brown is a building block. He's a pillar in his team. And like I've already made it known based on my feelings about JB. But this brings up bigger question. It has really nothing to do with the Celtics, actually. If you remember a year ago, since the season started a little late last year, obviously because of the bubble and then a 2-month layoff, and then the season started in December. Maybe early December, I made a video about Darly Morey being hired by the Sixers brass to be their VP of basketball operations. Now, I made it known in this video that, for one, Darly Morey was never a fan of Ben Simmons. And I made it known even in that video. And wanted to get Harden. Could not get Harden. So what's basically happening here is what I kind of predicted. You know, Ben Simmons isn't going to draw an all-star or superstar in a trade. Darly Morey has raised his price, insurmountable price for Ben Simmons. Especially now that the Philly fans don't want Ben Simmons, right? Now you kind of ask yourself, why is Darly Morey raising the price to an insurmountable price when he knows he's not going to get equal value for Ben Simmons at the point that Ben Simmons is on right now? And I'm not defending Ben Simmons. I mean, we all know, what's going down in that situation. But this raises the question, does Darly Morey survive this, especially if Philly doesn't get far without Ben? And I would have to say no. I actually think he's doing the Sixers a disservice. They need to trade Ben Simmons, trade him, get him off that roster for the betterment of that team. He is going to be a distraction for that team all year long. They're always going to ask questions about Ben Simmons. And at least you could do, if you're Philly, is get some role players that fit what Doc Rivers is looking to do. Because they're obviously going to build around Joel Embiid. You get some role players, make a run at it. If the Sixers don't go further than the conference finals without Ben Simmons, and you go in the all season and see what you could do about a possible trade to get another guy. James Harden's going to be a free agent after this year, and the likelihood of him re-signing with Brooklyn is not that great, especially if Brooklyn doesn't get any further than the conference finals. Darly Morey has a really good relationship with James Harden, so going back to their Houston days. So I don't see why Darly Morey just won't pull the trigger. That said, I personally think Darly Morey gets fired after this year. He's an analytics guy anyway, which I never understood. He was only successful because James Harden was there in Houston. Had James Harden never went to Houston, Houston would have been a below average team. They weren't going to win anything with Darly Morey as their GM, and now he's the vice president of basketball operations of Philly. If I'm the owner, man, I'm forcing Daryl Morey's hand. Like, you either get this trade done and get this dude out of my organization, or you're gonna be going at the end of the season. That said, is Daryl Morey's job in jeopardy if he doesn't get rid of Ben Simmons by the end of the season? Gold Squad TV. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think.